Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Vigor Active Health Chats. This is Dr. Stephen Newhart. Got a great guest for you today. He is in the fitness industry. If you watched our last episode, that individual's in the fitness industry too. So it's great starting to get some of my fitness industry people here, and we can learn about what they're doing to change the industry, get more people involved. It's awesome. His name is Michael Streight, and Michael is I'm going to let him go into some detail, but he's an ex-CrossFit competitor. Got to a pretty high level doing that. He's also got his own facility, and he's started building luxury gyms inside people's homes, which I think is a huge area. I'll tell him, I think it's a great idea from a business standpoint. So if you'll help me in welcoming Michael Streight. Michael, welcome to the show.
Dude, I appreciate
Good to have you.
It's great to be here. It's really cool how just our network and our connection has continued to grow.
Of course.
Through just some similar amazing people that are in both of our lives. And you hit it right on the head with what I'm doing and kind of where I've been. So,
well, where did it really start? I mean, what'd you do? Take me from age 10, climbed up age 10, and then what became of interest and what created what you're doing?
Totally. Yep. So I'm in McKinney, Texas. My dad moved us there when I was about 4 years old.
Okay.
So from Indiana, born in Indiana, but Texas is home. McKinney's home. And grew up playing sports. I've got 3 sisters. My mom and dad joke that my 2 older sisters got the vocals of the family, and my twin sister and I got the athleticism. So we were through sports our whole life. She played soccer, I played football, and a few other things. Ended up not playing college football. My oldest sister went to Texas A&M. I went to a big high school, and so being a part of a bigger school was a desire. Ended up going to Texas A&M and getting pretty big into the CrossFit space. And competed competitively from about 2014 to 2018 and kind of fast-tracked the spark notes of that journey, but ended up competing on a team and going to regionals in 2018. There was 40 teams we were competing against. They take the top 5 to go to the CrossFit Games, and we got 9th that weekend. So really, really close. As you know, competing at that high caliber, like any small mistakes or weaknesses can really change the scorecard pretty quick.
Yeah. So okay. And so you have this, well, that's a fitness background. You're a fit guy, love exercise. And so where did that transition from going to being super fit and competing in that sport to then having, because there's obviously a transition period, you then worked into having your own location.
Exactly.
Which it's in McKinney, right?
It is in McKinney, yep, right off Highway 75, Virginia Parkway, which is a pretty iconic street in the McKinney area. So during my time at A&M, I got a sport management degree with a minor in business and then did the second minor option. I actually went back to McKinney and interned at Michael Johnson Performance. And then during that time also proposed to my now beautiful wife, Sophie. And we got 2 little beautiful boys. And so during that time there, I ended up going into working for a construction company as their corporate fitness wellness coach and trainer, helped them build their corporate gym, brought that to life and ran initiatives, wellness challenges each year, ran workout classes and personal training, and then went to go be another trainer at another coach. But if we kind of back up a little bit, my dad is an entrepreneur, and so I didn't fully want to go like the kinesiology route. I don't know why. I think maybe just the subconscious, like, if this doesn't work out, I'll go into business or something. And so I went the sport management route, and instead of kind of going into sport world of maybe working for a franchise team like the Mavericks, I also got training certifications and so really enjoyed the coaching side. And fast forward after I went kind of around COVID, not necessarily because of COVID, I was working at a higher end studio doing personal training. I was the lead trainer there, overseeing some staff. And just from the perspective and change of what kind of COVID brought, I really had a desire to build deeper, authentic relationships with clients. That's why I enjoyed doing one-on-one and wanted to kind of bring to life this concierge experience and to help eliminate excuse, not to corner anybody by any means, but to come alongside of them and help add value to their training and lifestyle choices, whether that might be on-site at our private studio or in-home at their house. And so that's when Luxury Lifestyle Training was born back in September of 2020. We now have our own space. We've got 5 other beautiful concierge coaches, and we service clients from Salina, Texas, all the way through Dallas Metroplex up to like Rockwall.
And those are coming to you, right?
A little bit of both. Yeah, I would say about 25% of our appointments each week are servicing clients in home all over the Metroplex. So that's where our coaches are going to their houses. And then the other 75% of those appointments are at our private studio by appointment in McKinney.
So now there's this other thing, though.
Yes.
Now you're branching out. What gave you the idea to start trying to take people's home gyms and make them luxurious and beautiful and all that stuff, because that's a next level jump?
I would say I've always had vision for things and very creative kind of in my mind, and can really see vividly how I want something to come to life. And that's kind of been a part of my entrepreneurial journey, and even my seeing where I wanted to progress as an athlete in the past. And so actually during my time at the construction company, I helped bring that corporate gym space to life. And then I was a part of a supplement company for a while, and I had a headquarters gym that I helped kind of design. And then just through different relationships and opportunity, I always kind of was a guy that people were asking like, hey, what type of equipment should I get? And how could you help me like build out the space and bring, maximize what I want to do and how I want it to look? And then one day I was like, man, I need to do this as part of a business. Yeah.
Hey, to do this.
Exactly. And so with Luxury Lifestyle Training, just another piece, that Luxury Lifestyle Training is its own business and entity. My other business is Lux Life Gym Design. So we design, build, and renovate custom home gyms. And so from 20 by 20 garages, like third car garages, to we're doing a really big kind of barnuminium space that's about 65 feet by 35 feet right now. And so really trying to kind of come alongside the client again in a similar way like we do at LLT, help paint the vision of like, hey, what's the budget look like? How do we want this to look? What do we want the vibe and feel to be? Based off the scale of equipment, niceness, if that's a word, how intense do we want to get on all of that and the quality of it? And so we come along, we do offer renderings and of 2D and 3D and walkthroughs, and then we've got great synergy partners, and kind of slowly but surely becoming like a small mini GC and bringing those gym spaces to life. And then it ends up being a cool opportunity for our training business, that if they then are looking for, a possible coach or in-home training or want a personal trainer, we can add value there as well.
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, I've done this for you. Now do you want me to teach you how to use it?
Yeah, and that's like the heartbeat too. And I think being in the fitness space, like at the end of the day, we're in this because we want people to move, feel, and have more energy, move better, feel better, and be a better version of themselves, whether that's with us or somewhere else.
Yeah.
And if that's in their home, that's great. That's going to help maximize their time and their efficiency to be the best version of themselves that they can be. And so bringing a gym space to life that they're actually going to use is a huge desire of mine. And actually it's kind of some vetting conversation and questions I asked during that consult phase of like, how do we maximize the way that you're actually going to use this? Adjustable dumbbells are great because that helps minimize space. But if you really weren't going to use multiple dumbbells at a time, maybe we just get a full set rack of dumbbells. And helping clarify those different needs and kind of nitpick on some of that to set them up for success is a fun part of the process.
You said something where you said, and then actually use it. I think maybe that would have always been a driving factor for me. Like, okay, if people are out there buying all this stuff, are they actually going to use it?
Yeah.
So maybe that was one of your driving forces for starting to do that, is like, well, build something that people are actually going to use.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I think any of us that are in the fitness industry would say, we want every single person out there to be physically active and healthy because we know the benefits of it. Right?
Of course.
And I've thought many times, we get the background of sports, and a lot of us that you could watch all my interviews, there's always either I was in the military or I was an athlete or this or that. Right. So there's always that background. We get that. We're almost forced into that, but it's not a bad thing that we're forced into it. Mm-hmm. And not everybody gets that chance. And I see a separation in that, and that bugs me. That's sad about that. But if there's a way that we can bring that to people and turn them around and show them that experience, it's great.
Yeah, totally. You hit it for sure on the head. And as I've become a small business owner and entrepreneur in the gym space, in the fitness space, trying to help also alleviate the noise of all the different fads and training styles that are out there and modalities and how long to do it, when should I start, when should I stop, and just realizing that there's enough fish in the sea and there's so many different avenues. Not every avenue is perfect, but those avenues do serve a certain demographic and certain people. And just for us, that niche that we wanted to be in is kind of higher end, coming alongside, creating longevity, a pain-free approach with training. And then inside the gym build space is creating a space that people value, that they aesthetically are proud of, that they want to kind of show off to their friends and their family, that aligns well with the rest of their commercial space or their residential space, but then also something that is being used and not collecting dust.
Yeah, that's right.
So
when you come, just to tell everybody, Michael comes and speaks to my classes, or he speaks in my classes, and he'll do his full background and spiel for them. But you've got a great business mind about you, and you obviously have a vision for all this stuff. You have a future. Where do you want all this to go?
It's a very loaded question. If my wife was here, I could probably feel her eyes like dig into me, like, where do you want this to
You're
go?
not going anywhere.
Yeah.
you're going with the family.
Seriously. But yeah, juggling with a 5-year-old and almost 4-year-old, it is crazy.
Yeah.
As you know, it's a fun journey for sure. But man, it's such a good question. I think maybe younger Michael, 2, 3, maybe 4 years ago, with kind of this big unknown desire and heart of a vision to have a concierge training company, would say more locations and more impact. And as I continue to grow and expand, more is not always better. And it also brings a lot of financial stress and all that with dealing with more people and all of that. So we're really, really close to really fine tuning our main location now, creating consistency, creating consistent profitability as well, and impact, just to share open and honestly. And so I've kind of had this vision of possible like an evangelical approach of possibly creating more offsite satellite opportunities and adding our concierge professionalism into spaces like the senior living facilities, into higher end neighborhood facilities that have amenity centers and gyms on site, and being able to contract out other great coaches and professionals that are going to show up on time, are trustworthy, background checked, and add a good service and value to people and to those communities. Because I have a big desire and heart. It really stinks when great training professionals leave the industry to go do something else. Now, if that's what they want to do and that's the heart and chapter that they're turning to, that's awesome. But I think a lot of times fitness professionals aren't able to find a space where they feel valued, cared for, and they can build an income and a future in.
Yeah.
And that's a big reason why people change. Yeah. And so being able to kind of create more growth and offer opportunity to other like-minded professionals that are excited and want to be in the industry is a huge desire. And then to grow the gym build side, I love being able to bring vision to life and actually see it and feel it and touch it in person with the gym spaces. So yeah, I mean, I would love to continue to grow and expand our gym design company and continue to get into bigger projects. And even, again, bigger is not always better, but being able to possibly get into some like schools and doing high schools and middle schools and adding value to those training programs. And humbly, I think I can add a lot of value on the design piece because I'm also a fitness trainer. I'm a fitness professional. I was also an athlete. Like, I'm not going to just put in any equipment that's going to bring more revenue to our bottom line. I want to put in pieces of equipment that are going to bring value to the end user. And as I get deeper into the gym design and gym consulting, building kind of piece, being an independent designer like myself, I think has been really good because there's a lot of noise that I'm learning as I go to there.
I definitely think you're going to get there. And as I've learned from myself, it's just time.
Yeah.
There's a plan. You started your plan. You've already begun it. It's just how long will it be? I've always told you this though. You've got, you're right where you need to be. You're right where the world needs you to be, because I think a lot of people need this. Yeah. I think people need great fitness professionals, but people having gyms in their homes, I think, is only going to get bigger. Yeah. As for facilities like ours, we watch out because, it eventually 100 of these people have a gym in their house. It's just kind of how it goes.
Possibly, yeah.
And sure, you come out and you get the energy, but people are still going to build them. So you're right in a sweet spot. You're in a great spot. So I suggest stay the course, keep doing what you're doing, keep helping people.
Yep.
And, thanks for coming out and talking to us. Tell us what you're up to. I mean, it means a lot.
Yeah, definitely, man. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come and see your space and have a good conversation.
Of course. If you ever want to talk again, you're always welcome back.
All right. Sweet.
Michael.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you. And thank you all for logging into Vigor Active Health Chats, and we'll catch you next time.